Alright, today we are going to be making a rig in Smack Studio. I'm using my default go-to pixel editor, which is Pascal, and what I'm going to do is make a new color palette for the character I'm making. I'm going to be putting like an image of the character on screen and editing, but in other words, I'm going to be using a base I made. Import. This is the base I will be using. This is Newbert. This is one of my other characters. I'll be transforming him into another character named, Jewel? Whichever. This is the base I will be using. Chest, middle section, pelvis, leg, foot, and then toe. And then the arms, and then the fingers, and then side views. This part is going to be sped up, so yeah. Okay, so this part is crucial right here. What we need to do is, so if you look at her image, which I'm going to be probably putting up here, her tails bow in slightly and then out. What I can do is I can borrow, what's it called? Borrow some piece from my other rig. I'm gonna take this. Take the thinner one. Get rid of this. Like this, and we're gonna put it here, since it's literally the same shape. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna try to combine these two by extending this one out further.
And well, the box broke. Nope, it's just glitching.
We're gonna erase straight segments to make it as sharp as possible.
It wasn't working at all. It's not. A video, Kurt and guy, please stop letting into the conversation. I'm fighting. Please stop giving your input.
So if the bone will be pivoting right here, then I'm gonna put a sphere. There. So now when I put it in her head, ta-da! It goes up like it does in the image. Now the only thing left to do is thin it out in the center, and that's its own deal. So I'm gonna speed this up for you guys. Alright, now that you've gotten all your stuff together, it's time to make the rig. So you're gonna go to animation rig, CSS character rig, change that to the name of your character. I'm gonna name it Jewel Rick. Accept and save your character. Please, oh please, remember to save your character and make their file first so you don't get ahead and then have to save it later. Sure, you can save it later, but it's easier to get it out the way now. Now we're going to take our sprite sheets. You're going to want to you're going to want to import a reference and a broken part. So if you look, you have a reference of how everything goes together on either side. Now, what you're going to want to do is make a layer for every single part that you need. It's going to take a bit, so cut to when I'm done. Alright, we're all put together. As you can see, we have everything put in place, including the fingers. You don't have to do fingers. I personally just do fingers. Be sure to save the rig and save the character itself before going into the 3D mapping, or bones at all. Now, bones are probably the most simple section. You find where you want to have something be twisted, and you put a bone there. For instance, pelvis is going to be the first bone you put down will always be the grounding bone. Everything will connect to this bone. Or most everything. In this case, I need to find the pelvis. Find that it goes from here to here. Personally, I stick my finger on the two spots where I want the bone to start and the bone to end. So if I go to edit bones, add, start here, and here, pelvis. And repeat until every part of your character is rigged up. Let's go. Okay, as you guys can see, Alright, so, as you can see, we are all rigged up. We have all of our bones. Now we just bind each one. Head goes to the head bone, tail, and you know the rest. Right, once you're all your bones are attached and bound, you can accept and be sure to save your character. Especially if you're scared that you might lose progress or the game might not function. Right, once you're all your bones are attached and bound, you can accept and be sure to save your character. Especially if you're scared that you might lose progress or the game might not function, be sure to save while doing all this process. Now, my favorite part, add to the timeline. Hey, that's not that bad. It looks good from the front angle. But the best thing to do, turn it from the side. Oh, jeez. Well, I'm going to disable the outline so I can better view the shapes. And now all we have to do is go and depth editing. Now what you're going to want to do for the 3D settings, like the head, this controls the max amount it can go outwards. What I like to do is I like to turn it straight down and make the brush big. So it's, instead of a concentrated ball, it's something I can more shape easy, like clay.
On behalf of the
Since the highest spot
Calamity.
is the... Okay, sorry about the pause, but what we're going to do is we're going to touch up spots. So the more we want to bring it out, so it's more round. Look what I'm going to do. I'm going to pause the preview around halfway. So it's facing towards us so we can see what we're sculpting as we work. So if you see, big brush, small power lets you sculpt. Now you just keep sculpting. I do a bit of a fair warning. Regardless how the low power the brush is on lower height, it will always be a bit stronger than you think it is. So always be careful of that. Touch up the top so it doesn't look like she has a dorsal fin. That's a little bit better. Sculpting the edges to make her look more round. There. And look, you've got a good head. My personal recommendation, never, ever use the default thing. Unless it's for something really small, like the little spikes. These are okay. You can do it on these. You can leave them since they're already really thin. Or you can just change the depth until you get something that you like. But typically, I recommend not going with default. Just do something big if you want it to round out. Strength scales really, really fast. Like from 0.1 to 0.2, it's a large jump. So always be finicky with that until you get something that you want or that looks good. Now we turn it to the side to see how we did. Also make sure to save. Always make sure to save. Make sure to save every time or I will obliterate you. Let's see how we did. Good. Middle section needs to be filled out a little more, and I feel like that's the only problem. So let's go do that really quick. Preview, settings, mid. And we should be done. Now, delete this, reset it, save, put it back. Now, it's just time to assemble our parts. Put finger to finger. I also recommend turning on both colors. It helps differentiate things a little bit better. Ta-da! Can also tilt this back to get a more better shape. Best part about a rig, it's handmade. No AI. You did this. 100% you. Congratulations. Your rig is done. Depending on what type of rig you can do, mine is fully three-dimensional, meaning there's no flat parts. But there's other tutorials how you can make different views for things when you turn them at different angles. That'll be all. Bye-bye. Ah!